Hey, look at us, we're like black and white right now. I love it. Didn't even prepare for that. Hello my beautiful people, and welcome back to today's YouTube video. And as you can see, I am not alone. I am with my gorgeous doll over here, Anastasia, the money coach. You want to talk about you for a second?
Yes, so hi everyone, I'm Anastasia. I'm a business coach for spiritual female entrepreneurs. So what I do, I empower women around their finances, around their business growth, and around their independence.
Okay, go for that. But today, I got a high five. But what I wanted to talk to you, you look gorgeous, I know. This is gonna be two narcissists recording a video, but this is going to be the topic of the video. So I'm in Miami right now, and I came to see this beautiful doll that we met a few months ago this year. Joe Dispenza, was that? In April, on Joe Dispenza retreat. If you want to watch that video, go ahead and check it out right there. But I came to see her, and a few days before coming here, we got into this topic about narcissists and about narcissistic behaviors. And I wanted to record a video about that for a long time. I have one that is a little bit similar. It's the reaction to The Boys TV show. It's gonna be right there, whatever. Go check it out. But I had this idea about recording a video about narcissists. And then we get on the call, and she works with one of my supervisors that I recommended. He's amazing. Hi, Dennis. This is the best. And can you tell what happened to you in that session and what actually inspired us to do this video? Inspired me to do this video because you're my guest.
I originally signed up to work with the therapist, right, the Dennis, because he does Gestalt therapy, right? So I signed up because I wanted to work on my relationships. This whole year for me was like working on my relationships, going to traumas, going into healing things. And so we started working together, and we worked, I think, for like maybe a few months, like 3 or 4 months, something like that. And our last session was like, you know, I was improving. I started dating people, and my relationship started improving a lot by where I was, right? And then I asked him this question. I was like, okay, so everything is great. I get it. Like, I understand. But why do you think I'm still not in like a committed long-term relationship? And so he goes to me, he goes, well, look like you attract narcissists because you are a narcissist. Right.
How did it make you feel? Okay, so that was the first time when you actually heard that you're a narcissist.
Right, so first of all...
Which I knew. That's a different thing.
First of all, like my whole life I thought that the narcissist is a bad term, right? I thought that that's people who like don't care about others at all. Those are the people who, you know, treat others bad, think only about themselves, and like they're kind of sneaky in the way that they will like stab you with knife in your back, and you're never gonna be able to recover, right? Like that's narcissist, because, you know, I thought those are the definition of the narcissist. I was shocked, right? I was shocked because I thought that narcissist is like a bad thing, right? Even though I had like a story in my life where like this girl once, she told me like, well, they called me a narcissist, and I was like, what's wrong with being a narcissist, right? And it was like so many years ago, I forgot about it. But then again, I was like, from that story, she explained to me that it's like so bad, right? I was like, well, there are some parts of narcissism in each of us and everyone, so that's not that, but I just never thought this about myself.
Why I wanted to record this video today, and even before that, is because this is the reaction that I get most of the time when I openly say I'm a narcissist. And I'm narcissist, I have a narcissistic personality, and I am attracted mainly to narcissists as well, because we clicked the same the first day at Joe Dispenza. Like, we just clicked, we saw each other, and we're like, oh, just drawn. That's what happens. Exactly, soulmate. We ended up being soulmates. But regardless of that, I just wanted to clarify some things, because whenever I talk about it, whenever I mention, not even about myself, but the traits of narcissistic personality, people get scared. They're like, that's bad, and I'm so sick of seeing these fucking videos. I even sent you one on Instagram, these ads, these campaigns, the psychologists talking about big red flags, you're dating a narcissist, run away if you see a narcissist, 7 signs to know he's a narcissist or she's a narcissist. I'm like, guys, that's a great thing. Why would you run away from it? What do you need all these red flags for? He's like, oh, 7 signs we're narcissists. Run away. Don't. So a few words about like what narcissistic personality is. So narcissistic personality is one of the personality types. This is not a disease. This is not something to run away from, something to get rid of. There are, in different modalities of therapy, there are different numbers of personality types, but there you have one or the other. You might be narcissist, a hysteric, you might be a sociopath, you might be have a depressive personality type. That's just who you are. Then you can shift and adjust to use the best qualities or to use the best traits out of it, but you don't stop being that, right? It's kind of like, well, right now it's hard because I was about to reference like if you were born a girl, you know, like I don't want to be a girl, but now you can fucking do that, so that's a bad reference. Well, okay, if you're born Russian, you, no matter what you do, you're never gonna stop being a Russian, like no matter what, you were born that, right? And we live in a world, this is actually a very modern term, narcissistic personality type. It happens, like the big peak of it has been going on for the past 10-ish years, but right now I promise you, your circles have more than 50% of people who have narcissistic personality types. And the way it forms and what it actually means is that as a kid, growing up, this is how narcissistic personality forms. Growing up, you receive love from your parents only for specific things, okay? If you get an A, if you are a good student, if you're good at ballet, for your achievements. And this pattern forms in your behavior that I can only be loved for my achievements. And why it happened, like peaked in the past few years, because we live in a very fast achievement-oriented world, right? Set goals, your new heights, career, relationship, beauty, looks, travel, whatever it is. So it became part of our culture, wherever in the world you're located. Does it resonate with you in terms of the way narcissistic personality forms? Do you remember receiving love, or like as a kid that you were praised, or like you were told that you have to achieve certain things, or that you received love whenever you achieved different heights, different things?
Right. So in my experience, like they gave me love, right? Because like they had to like say that, you know, that you're a good girl, you did this, you did that, right? That's amazing.
Yeah.
But I was an A student, right? And I always
there you go.
Right. I always got an A at school and at my university. Like I just couldn't be less than someone else, right? And that came from this competitive thing that I had. Well, but
that is narcissistic.
Right, but growing up, like I was always the best at something because like I just wanted to be, because I that's how my family was, right? Like you had to be the best.
Yeah, that's how it forms. You're not born with that desire. You're not born and you're like, I want to be the best.
Right, no. But like I wanted to I wanted my family to be proud of me, but also I was scared of like that I'm gonna like embarrass them, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted, like, I was a part of a family that had standards, and I had to like, you know, but then it just became my personality, and like I'm competitive, and then I'm gonna be the best in everything I do, right? But right now I guess it's like I would probably raise my kids differently.
We say that, but it comes from our parents, so you have to be really aware. Thank God we live in that's why therapy is a great thing. You can break this ancestral generational patterns, but I can guarantee that your mother and father possess a lot of narcissistic qualities. I know my mom is a narcissist, my dad has a lot of narcissistic trauma that caused me being a narcissist as well. Okay, so we established that it comes from this competitive nature, everything that you're describing right now, having to be the best, having to achieve new heights constantly, to know that your family will love you, to know that this is how you receive love, this is how narcissistic personality trait or narcissistic personality forms. What was I about to say? I forgot. Hold on a second.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Narcissistic, how they were formed. Well, they're also very beautiful people, but that's not what I wanted to say. Growing up, fuck, I lost my thought. Give me 1 second.
Well, maybe I can say something about the competitive part, right? So growing up, right, when I was like in my university and I was studying law, like I picked a group of women. It's like we attracted each other. She happened to be like the best of the group, right? Because she was like this head of the group, whatever. And I was best friends with her and with another girl, and we were all like A students, right? So now my competitive nature came up, and it's like we were the best in the class, right? Because we were always the smartest. We always knew everyone. Like we were always on time. Like teachers loved us, right? It was like always that thing. And then when I would get like a B, right? It's like I wouldn't be able to live with that.
Yeah. It's very, very hard to be second to first, not second to last, not be like average. Average is actually a nightmare for a narcissist. Like, if I'm not the best, I suck, basically. And that's kind of I think the second thing that I wanted to mention. I remember my train of thought is that people think the biggest misconception about narcissistic personality is that we have the highest self-esteem. Narcissists have the lowest self-esteem out of everyone. Out of every single personality type, narcissists would have the lowest self-esteem, because the main pattern for a narcissist, and that's exactly what you described, is praise, grandiosity, and then it's devaluation. Grandiosity, devaluation. And we swing, I'm gonna keep saying we because I'm an open narcissist.
Hello, hi everyone, my name is Elizaveta and I'm a narcissist.
It's like an AA. But they have the lowest self-esteem. This pattern of grandiosity slash devaluation is one of the hardest things. You always have to achieve new heights. You always have to get this praise from the external world in order to feel comfortable. Otherwise, there is no self-identification. Otherwise, you feel like shit. Like you don't deserve love. You don't deserve to be loved. You don't deserve to exist. You don't deserve to be a part of the family. You don't deserve to accept any positive reinforcement from the external world if you are not the best. Okay? And that's exactly what you're describing. You're like, I was drawn to the best. I'm drawn to the best in men. Because if I am not with the best, I suck. If my friend is not the best, I suck. I am disgusting, I'm terrible, I'm a failure. If I didn't get an A but I got a B, I suck. Okay? I'm like nothing. And this devaluation is very hard, especially for people who never went to a therapy or never went to discover this topic whatsoever, talk about it, or whose awareness level is low. It is very, very challenging to live like this. And this constant devaluation of other people also come from that. But we're going to get into relationship with narcissists in a second. One thing I wanted to mention here is, I remember when my therapist asked me what I would do if I was the last person on earth on an island, like the last person on earth. There's no chance of escaping. There's no chance of meeting anybody else. No aliens are coming. No ship is coming. Whoever, Tom Cruise is not coming with Mission Impossible. Everybody's dead. You're the last person on earth. For me, without a question, not even thinking twice about it, I know I'm gonna commit suicide.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. For me, it's like totally opposite.
For narcissists, it is hard to self-identify without the external image. That's why they say, oh, like the original story where the term comes from is about a guy. It's a story about a guy who was looking constantly in the reflection of himself in the river, right? The narcissist. But the story of how the word came into play, it was a story about this guy who was like really beautiful and pretty, and he just went every day to look at himself in the reflection of a lake or a river. And that is a great description of how it feels like to live as a narcissist. You need an external image. You see this reflection in the eyes of the others. That's why you need to get an A. You need to have the best friends. You need to have the best mates. It matters to you that your partner that you choose is getting that praise and that all from others. In any way, whatever it is, whatever matters to you, but you value that. You care the way others see you through your partner as well. Does it make sense? Like it matters who you're walking with. It matters who
So
your friends were.
like you validate yourself through others.
Yeah.
In a way. But also like what I wanted to mention, I was just like this, I had this thought like, you know, there's also these like conditions of worth, right? And so there's like unconditional worth and conditional worth. And I think that narcissists, we have a very conditional worth.
Very conditional.
Because like
very
our
conditional.
worth is based on
Always.
like, external things. Like, you know, like on the guy that I'm seeing, right? Like it cannot be less than
The dress you're wearing, the guy you're seeing, the bag you're having.
and the bag that you're having, right? And the apartment
You're
or
living,
car.
yeah.
Or like, you know, I can't even like, I don't even have like girlfriends who are not pretty.
Yeah.
You know, like all of my girlfriends, and they had like maybe one or two that were like to me kind of like, you know, even if they did
calling them out,
like
calling them
plastic
out.
surgery, like they would still like suck because like they didn't know how to dress, you know. So it's like it's not in a way that was the problem, but like
But
that
it
was
mattered
the problem.
to you,
Like
yeah.
they didn't have like, you know, things that I would like look up to or like be proud of, or like, you know, I would still always say bad things about them, right? Like I would always like when I was in the relationship with these people, I would always say only the best about them because like that identifies me, right? And who I surround myself with. So.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That you like it matters. What you said, conditional and unconditional worth.
Right.
For narcissists, it's very conditional. You have to see yourself from the eyes of the other. That's why I would commit suicide, because if I can't, well, basically I was like, well, can I share about it? Like once I realized that there's no one else who will see me living this life, like it's not that I'm on a survival island and then I can come back and shoot a YouTube video about it and talk about my experience. It doesn't matter to me. I devalue my own experience unless I get the approval from others. And this pattern of constant devaluation, grandiosity is the narcissist internally feels worthless unless he constantly reaches new heights. But that's narcissistic personality trait, not narcissistic personality, but narcissistic personality trait. This kind of skill, this aspect of you. Everybody has narcissistic personality trait, or everybody has to have them. Most of the people deny it and they're like, oh, I just don't want to deal with ego. I'm a light channeled through me. I'm Joe Dispenza's little angel, whatever it is. But without a good, healthy relationship with your narcissistic self, you will not achieve success in life. It's impossible. Because what narcissistic trait does, it says, go get that. Once you have it, devalue it. Go for the new height. Once you have that, devalue it. Go for the new height. Once you have that, devalue it. It's that internal motor, internal engine that helps you go and get better. New, better heights, you know? Does it resonate with you?
Yeah, of course it does. But like that again, you know, as she says, you have to in a way understand it and accept that thing about yourself, because only after I acknowledged myself being a narcissist and I called her, I was like, can you believe this? Like I'm a narcissist. Like I never thought this about myself, but when I did, you know how much of a relief I had? I was like, I could speak about this on my social media. I shared the video, and I think that video got like the absolute most like views that I ever had. Because,
maybe we'll link it down below.
right?
Yeah.
Because I was talking about relationships and how I deal with relationships and stuff like that, right? Inside of like my life and my business and whatnot. But when I became true to myself, it's kind of like this shadow work that we have like so much talk about. So that is the shadow work, to accept that part of yourself, right? That you're a narcissist, you want the best for yourself. And the definition of a narcissist in Google is that a narcissist is someone who thinks that the world revolves around them. And it's like I never denied it. Right? It's like I never denied it, but I never accepted that thing about myself.
But it's such a condescending way to say that. Like, it makes sense if you break it down, but it's so condescending. Oh, narcissist is somebody who thinks the world is revolves around him. No, narcissist is somebody who needs the world to identify himself. He's like, I need this mirror around me. I don't understand who I am. Please reflect on me. Who am I? It's not that like it doesn't. Egotistical and narcissistic are not synonyms.
But you know, like the thing about the world revolves around you, right? It's like one that I never denied it, and the second thing that I've made it like like these parallels for myself, right? Because I am spiritual and I identify with spirituality and spiritual practices. So, you know, in spirituality we say, and we teach that, and many of the mindset coaches and, you know, mindset work that we do is like, you have to understand that you live in your own universe, and you get to set your own rules about how you live, how you interact with others, what you get to have in life, and it's like you get to have better and better and better. And so the world kind of revolves around you inside that spiritual aspect, right? So isn't that, so I made this parallel, and isn't that the same, right? If I get to set my own rules and I get to live my best life, then I'm not gonna feel guilty or shamed for the best for me, right? And even if that comes through identification from other people, like, it's still me, right? And like, once I accepted that about myself, I was like, wow, you know, I feel so much more free now because I can talk about this, and it's like this part of me just like got relieved.
Yeah, and it's funny because literally today I'm reading the comments on the Joe Dispenza video that I shot a few months ago when we met. Just like a perfect circle, the field is working magically, and all these people, it's like trending, it was like going up in views. All these people are like, oh my gosh, she's so egotistical, all she talks about is me, 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 me. I'm like, who am I supposed to talk about? You? Like, that is unhealthy. I can only perceive the world through my experience, no one else. And accepting that from, it's like the way the spirituality, healthy spirituality also teaches that this is your experience, you're living your life, this is a matrix, however you want to call it, but you are responsible for your existence, for your life, which is very, you know, freeing and validating and expanding once you actually truly accept that. The true narcissist, I'm like, oh, she looks so good in this white dress, I like that it's in my video.
You see how it is, right? So narcissists, they will do the best for you, right? They will never gossip about you. They will never say bad shit about you.
They need everyone to know you're the best.
Yes, because they need everyone to know you're the best, and they will make sure that you are comfortable, that you are beautiful. They will tell you things, you know, like, hey, how about we do this? Or like, this looks great, this doesn't. You know, we are very true to others, and we will never, like, you know, kind of put others down in a way, because like, if we are friends with them or that's someone close, we really like care, because we care about them as much as we care about ourselves. And I think that it's also like in the Bible, right? It says that you have to care or like love
love thyself before you love others,
right? Or like something like love your neighbor just like you love yourself. So like, unless you love yourself, it's like you cannot love others, right? And we love others like through ourselves. So that's like this one thing. So I came to a conclusion, so that being a narcissist is actually a great quality. It's an amazing thing to be, you know, because, and when you acknowledge it and accept it, like, your life kind of takes you to a different heights.
The main point here is that narcissists are not egotistical. They do care a lot, because the way you look, if you're around them, affects the way they're perceived. So if you are not the best, they're either not going to be with you, or not going to be seen with you, or they're going to do everything to make you the best.
Right.
Okay?
So being egotistical or having like
egotism,
and being a narcissist are two different things.
Very different things. But I do want to record, I have this post, I made a post, what it feels like to love a narcissist, or what it feels like when you're a narcissist and you love somebody, because you run into a certain amount of challenges of these swings of devaluation and grandiosity. But I think I'm gonna leave it for another video, guys. Some of the main points that I want you to take from this is that be proud. And most of you who are watching this right now, you are either a narcissistic personality, because we live in the 21st century, and that matters. Like, a lot of people around us are narcissists in a good way. And if you're not, even if you're not, you have those qualities, you have those traits, so work on them, work on accepting it. Without that, you're not going to succeed in life. You're not going to get pleasures and new highs and new achievements, and you're not going to grow, because this is the main trigger that helps you grow, that gives that boost, that kick in your ass. Achieve new heights. This is not enough. Achieve new heights. Go get more. Go become better. That is very narcissistic, because that is what will validate you in the external world, and that is very, very important as well.
Right, and so I will say another thing that, you know, me, like, as I work with many clients, right, and I experience that in a way myself, right, sometimes, like, we live in this society and we, like, as women, right, we want more money, we want more success, like, we want better jobs, or we want better cars and living environment and friends and stuff like that. And especially, like, when we say, like, we want more money, right, like, we want success in terms of financial success, and then, like, there comes this guilt, right, there comes shame, there comes, like, what if I'm, like, not worthy of this, what if this, what if that, right? And so, like, by me accepting that narcissistic quality in myself, I feel like that completely gone, that feeling of mine is completely gone.
Shame for wanting
Right?
to be
more. Shame for wanting more money, because now I get it that, you know, I just want a better life for myself, and being a narcissist is a normal thing.
Oh, that's one thing. That's another big no about narcissists. Is that a lot of people confuse the narcissist and the hysteric. Narcissistic personality, hysterical personality. They can be very similar. They're both very show-offy. They need this validation from external world. But for a narcissist, it's very important to get positive validation, not negative.
Right.
Hysterics. What?
I hate criticism.
Yes, it is. It's like it's fucking debilitating. It's like like you're going to devaluation so quick. And one of my supervisor actually asked me. He was like, about relationship. Like, once you achieve new heights, once you get that man, how soon will you devalue that? I was like, next day. I know, it's really, really sad. Unless you work on that, or like whatever it is. Once you achieve a new height, you're gonna devalue yourself very fast. But if somebody does that, that hurts. That hurts so much. So we don't like negative criticism. So we're gonna do the most to get that approval, to get that positive validation. So we're not gonna be assholes. We're not gonna do like we can be cold, but we're not gonna do crazy things just to get attention. That is hysterical personality, those
Right.
theatrical people who will just blast off on social media and do the screaming and like do some, I don't know, like reality TV show stars. Reality stars are hysterics, not narcissists, because they don't care whether they're gonna get positive or negative attention from external world. They just need drama. Like drama queens are hysterics, not narcissists. Narcissists are queens and kings. Exactly. I think this is a great way to end this. Drama queen and just a queen and king, two different things. So don't mistake them. Let us know down below if you know about your narcissistic qualities, if you know that you're narcissist, you figured out by the end of this video that you are a narcissistic personality, and what challenges do you face? Or maybe you thought that narcissistic is something very demonic, it has this something like very negative, and hopefully changed your opinion about that by the end of today. Hey, my narcissist!
Hey.
My beautiful narcissist! Yes.
The queen.
The queens, exactly. These two look good.
Okay, guys, we go to Versace Mansion, so we have to go. Bye.
Bye.